Thanks for downloading a 3CR podcast. 3CR is an independent community radio station based in Melbourne, Australia. We need your financial support to keep going. Go to www.3cr.org.au for more information and to donate online. Now stay tuned for your 3CR podcast.
We're putting up new buildings, we're knocking down the old. We're working in the summer heat and in the winter cold. And the labour power we sell, me boys, for a hard-earned weekly pay produces mighty profits for the greedy MBA. And whether we were born here or born in Italy, in Greece, in Spain or Ireland, in England or Fiji, we all of us are workers, united we must stand, until the wealthy bludgers have been driven from our land. We faced deregistration, it backfired in the face. We're not fooled by arbitration, we won't stay in our place. We hit the bosses hard and fast to win and keep our gains, and break a couple of concrete pours to back our log of claims. So keep your powder dry and hold your head up high. It's class to class and face to face, our limit is the sky. We've got a fighting history and we never will be cowed. Our builders' labour is a name to make a man feel proud.
And it is a good morning from the Concrete Gang. A good morning, Gorilla.
Geez, you went a bit early there, Warren.
Good morning, Annie, on the panel. We are here for the penultimate show of the year.
What's that, mate? Hang on, mate. We're only builders' labourers. What's that
mean? That
mean?
means the second last show of the year.
Well, why didn't you say that?
Because it's much more fun saying penultimate and doing a Ray Hallett impersonation.
Well, listen, there's only a skeleton crew. We've normally got about... cast of thousands, you can't ever fit in here. Then it's back to the old gang.
Yeah, well, I think it's a case...
Miner's buzzer.
A case, brother, of too many Christmas breakups for some.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the Buzz is out and about doing what he has to do, and all good. So cheerio to the Buzz out there doing sterling duty.
And Canes?
Oh, cheerio to all the members at Canes doing themselves a treat, being spied on and photographed and filmed by the ABCC, which we'll come to in a minute. Yes, it's all happening out there with the campaign to win the Cane employees a new EBA, which gives industry standards and not the bullshit that the MBA wants to put up. So we're in a situation where we're coming up to Christmas and there's lots happening, but let's just remind people that we are, of course, with the last show, going to be in a situation where we are going to be nominating Scallywag of the Year.
Yes, and there's a cast of thousands, and I'll tell you what, there's a few prominent ones there, young Warren. I mean, there's blokes keep propping up in companies, and we've got one of the greatest awards on the Concrete Gang at the way, the Peggy of the Year, so we've cleared that up. So a valid winner there, but yes, Scallywag is coming up.
And also
the greatest whinger.
The Suki Lala of the Year, the Michael Clemenger Suki Lala Award.
You can nearly declare that now, but we won't.
We won't. But Michael, after whom the award is named...
Get your speech ready.
Yes, indeed. The old Cockrams are sucking up big time.
Well, just on Cockrams, I mean, this Michael Clemenger, the answer to all the answers for the industry... full of, like a showbag, full of shit, delivered nothing. Here they are, they're getting left out there like a shag on the rock, bringing in unscrupulous subcontractors on their job, talk about being code compliant and taking the high moral ground and all that. What a load of shit. There should be a showbag of the year award too.
Yes, well, there's a few different people who could win that.
He could get the trifecta, I think.
Righto, now let's get down to some news, and there has been some news from another company who are absolute NBA blue bloods, Hanson and Youngkin.
Oh, how good are they?
H and Y.
When you look up asbestos,
Why?
when you look up asbestos in the dictionary, there's a picture of Hanson and Youngkin there. They have got asbestos all over the joint. They had an incident on their job at Monash University in Caulfield, because as you realise, Monash University in Caulfield, there's one at Monash University in Clayton, where they've got job too.
There's a Monash University in Frankston and in the Valley.
Yeah, work that out, yeah. But anyway...
Out to rule the world, Monash.
One of the concrete patchers was doing some concrete patching, and he was grinding, and low betide, he hit the asbestos, and the poor bloke's been exposed to asbestos, which is not a great thing. Asbestos has gone everywhere, so before even the union actually didn't get involved, and before anything could happen, they shut the whole project down. It's been shut down for over a week.
Hanson and Youngkin had to close their own job?
Close their own job. They've had no consultation with the union and all that, so they've just decided to close it down.
Let me get this right.
Yeah.
They closed the job, so
yes.
All the subcontractors have been told no work.
No work.
So what happens to the employees of the subcontractors?
Well, the ones that could be relocated will probably be fine, but what about the ones that can't be relocated? Who's going to...
Does that mean that they have been coerced?
They have. If they've been coerced, well, they're in serious trouble.
So now the question is, now that we have the ABCC back, is Nigel Hadgkiss going to prosecute Hanson and Youngkin for coercion? Because one of the changes to the ABC legislation is about the payment and treatment of subcontractors. And one of Nigel's responsibilities is to go out there and bang builders who don't do the right thing by subcontractors. So, Nigel, are you going to do your job? And who better to do your job with than Hanson and Youngkin?
I'm tipping that's not going to happen anyway, but you'd love to think.
Oh, yeah. Well,
because it is a level playing.
It was fun, at least, making the statement.
But it is a level playing ground, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a level playground. Yeah, no worries. It's a bloody playground. So
Yeah.
H&Y haven't exactly covered themselves in glory.
No, and it's turned into a bit of a shit fight. It took them a week even to get anyone to start cleaning up the mess, and all Jay. Well, I take as a bit of a joke, but I mean the poor guys that have been exposed to it. That's right. Like a ticking time bomb. So, and they've got an unbelievable history with asbestos. This Hanson Youngkin, I don't know how they. They're doing all these audit sixes and all that. I don't know who's doing them. I think they might be getting someone from the blind factory or something,
Well, the thing is that Hanson and Youngkin are in enough trouble at the Royal Adelaide Hospital now, where it's a year behind and there's a heap of money overspent, and the South Australian government isn't going to fork out. So
The iron ear,
asbestos everywhere. Absolute disaster. But haven't they also got a job at Monash University, Clayton?
Exactly. They've got asbestos there. Most of the builders there, but they do the proper audit. They get it all done, get it out. But I don't know what Hanson and Youngkin have been doing.
So does that mean that Hanson and Youngkin and their fearless leader, Chris Shears? Chris Shears, brother, I think you're going to get nominated for Scallywag this week, and maybe we should have a special asbestos award, and we deliver a bag of asbestos to the winner. Anyway, Hanson and Youngkin haven't exactly covered themselves in glory, as usual, and that leads us, of course, back to the point I was making earlier about the ABCC. Because, in fact, they have now been resurrected with full naming honours. And what did they do last Tuesday? The first court case of the new regime, they got up in the federal court and said they wanted number one thing. Forget the court case. It's all about the issue of naming rights. And their naming rights issue was, now that they're the ABCC, they wanted the name of the case changed. So it was no longer the Fair Work Building Commission. It was now going to be the ABCC case. And they then proceeded with two other cases during the week, all against the CFMEU, I might add, in which they demanded that the ABCC are the prosecutors.
Well, that'd be the most important thing, changing their name, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, definitely. The story stays the same because, unfortunately, where a lot of people were fooled, all that happened with Julia Gillard's great changes were to change the name of the ABCC to FWBC and reduce the fines a bit. Well, now it's called the ABCC and the fines are back to where they used to be.
Didn't the judge say this is a waste of ratepayers' money?
Well, there has been some commentary in all cases this week about the fact that an awful lot of taxpayers' money has been spent on these cases. And in one case, the judge said because had the officials entered the job illegally, he said, well, basically it sounds like it's a very expensive cup of tea because that's all they managed to prove, that someone was on a job in basically an area open to the public, not actually on the work site, having a cup of tea. Anyway, we'll hear more of that as the case's decisions are handed down. And I think Nigel and his crew are going to be, in fact, embarrassed because there's been 3 cases in the last week. There's a couple of cases again next week. They were definitely trying to crank up the prosecutions in time for the legislation. The legislation was passed, narrowly, but it was passed. And now, with all these amendments, what's Nigel going to do? Keep prosecuting? Of course. Is he going to prosecute bosses? Of course not. And we also have the issue of the code, and we now have no longer a level playing field in Victoria, thanks to the MBA strategy of hanging out. So we now have companies with EBAs, which are in fact, these companies are allowed to tender for government work for the next 2 years. We have companies who don't have anything. We have companies that took the advice of the MBA and gave a 3% pay rise, but are not up to industry standard, and their employees are getting pissed off. And then we have other companies who gave a 5% increase and hoped like hell that the whole matter of the EBA would get sorted out without a problem with the code, and now it's too late. So they're in a situation where they've paid 5% and maybe they're not allowed to according to the MBA and the ABCC. So we've got all this shit happening. Well done, MBA. You're going to get nominated for Scallywag for help bringing about an end to the level playing field in Victoria.
Where there's confusion,
there's an opportunity and we'll take it. Thank you very much.
Well, we better move to a track. What do you reckon?
We better move to a track, but as we move to a track, and it's a very good track, Suspicious Minds, in a reggae version. And we'll come back and do an ad for our number one sponsor. There you go, Suspicious Minds.
Geez, a few of them out there.
If Elvis had stuck to Gunja instead of deep-fried peanut butter sandwiches, he might still be with us and doing it a whole lot easier.
I'll tell you what, it'd be a good job being a quack for a rock star. Have a look at them. Him, Michael Jackson, they all fell off the perch.
But Mick Jagger's still producing children.
He used to. He's had another kid, old Mick. He's still giving the high hard one, old Mick.
72?
Yeah.
He's got grandkids older than his new children.
He's like my old mate Jack down at Port Melbourne. He come out of this. There's a bit of a dodgy doctor down there, so you got to watch what you're saying. But he come out with a shave bag full of Viagra. I said, Jesus, Jack, you'll have a fat for the rest of your life if you get all those in you, mate. You'll have an Ashton Circus temple going, mate. Anyway, probably shouldn't talk a thing. But anyway, where were we?
Well, talking Port Melbourne, we better give a plug to our favourite sponsors, the Palace Hotel, and their $15 roast on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, do yourselves a favour. Get down there on a Sunday. They have the $15 roast going. I'll tell you what, if you can get a better roast than that going, let us know. We'll refund your money because I'll tell you what, they can't be beaten. So we've got to start supporting our sponsors. They do a good job for us down the Palace Hotel and City Road or Base Route, Port Melbourne. You got No Balls, the dog down there. He's the pub pet.
Well, the Viagra's wasted on him.
Well, he might need some old No Balls. But anyway, so get down there because they've been very good to the Concrete Gang. We have our function there every year, as you know, along with the Jaded Cats, and they've been great supporters of the Concrete Gang. We shouldn't forget all these people because they front up every year and help us make money for the 3CR community radio. So sometimes we forget about them, we shouldn't. And the only way we can help them out is by supporting them. So get down to the Palace Hotel. I might slip down there for a couple of lovelies tonight, as I do. And but Sunday, I won't be there this Sunday, but the roast meal, I'm telling you, is unbelievable.
Righto, enough of the ads, and let's get back to the industry, and let's just mention the big event in the past week, of course, was the picnic.
The picnic, yeah. Look, you've got to give them credit, the picnic committee. It was bigger, and it gets bigger and better every year. There's more people every year. The kids, I mean, it's unbelievable what the kids, you see their eyes, wide open when they get in there. What they can't have, it's not there. And they have a great day. So it was another successful picnic day. It was a great day as far as weather goes. All the industry people like Seabus, Incolink, and all those type of people were there handing out. And Slater and Gordon, we'll give them a plug. Our mate Mick Sayers. Although the helium didn't turn up, mate, for the balloons.
It got there late.
It got there late, did it? Oh, okay.
Got there late.
Okay.
Got there late, but it did get there. And also, not only was the picnic at Caulfield a great success, but also around the state there were regional picnics, Geelong, Ballarat, Bendigo, Traralgon, and on this week there is also a picnic at Wodonga, and they have their picnic in line with the local race day.
Did we dust off the snake charmer? Well, no one allowed to talk about the snake charmer.
The snake handler.
Oh, handler, sorry. I call him the snake charmer.
He handled the snake and didn't charm it, and it bit him on the arm. No, such dangerous activities are no longer part of the picnic.
Oh, okay.
Righto. So cheerio to everyone, and particularly the regional picnics. Well done to the organisers, shop stewards, and some of the administrative staff from the office who went out and helped with those picnics. It's hard work. There ain't a lot of money, and that's an issue always. And they've done a great job, and I think they're all a great success, and numbers were up at every venue. So moving on, let's just mention our friends from Spectrum. They were mentioned last week, and the Spectrum issue goes on and on and on. And the only Spectrum I like are a band from the 70s.
Mike Rudd,
but this ain't Mike Rudd.
No, it's not, unfortunately. And this bloke, I've got to be careful what I say because I got pulled over the coals last week. But look, Spectrum's a landscape gardener. This bloke's just a full, what do you call him, a litigant? Is that the word? When they keep suing or changing names of the company and professionals and all that. But all he does is not pay anyone. That's basically what he does. And that's what he's doing again, not paying the workers, not paying the suppliers. And have a guess where he was working?
Suki La La Land?
Suki La La Land, mate. There he was. So anyway, just if you see him around Spectrum, check them out because they're absolutely no good.
Yeah, spread the word. They are not a welcome party. They certainly, even in our somewhat jaundiced and suspicious minds view of the world, they are absolute shockers. And anyone, Even crook bloody bosses should steer clear of them because they'll make you look bad.
Well, they were at Bill Corp.
Well, that's right. Now, should mention a couple of other things. There was an incident down in Tassie where a couple of subcontractors on a Fairbrothers job decided to jump a couple of officials from the CFMEU and assaulted them. And let's just say that ain't welcome in the industry. We don't do it. And I'm not even saying Fairbrothers were responsible.
No.
In fact, Fairbrothers, I think, did the right thing in the circumstances. But a couple of subbies, couple of...
Roofers.
Roofers, oh yes. A couple of roofers decided that they would take the law into their own hands. Okay, we're all big boys, but let's just say...
Well, imagine, Warren, if we'd have done that.
Yeah, if we... That's the point, isn't it?
That's the whole point. I mean, honestly, we've got to handle ourselves in a professional way and all that, do our best. There's plenty of times you like to belt some of those rats on the nose, you can't do it. But if they want to do that, like surprise attack, couple of officials like they did, jump over a fence and come from behind, and what they did them, well, I wonder if they investigate that. So they wouldn't care about a couple of officials getting hit from behind, would they?
No.
That's all right. So anyway, you want a level playing ground.
One law for them and another law for us.
Yeah, imagine if it was us. My God. Jeez.
Now, on the question of one law for one and one law for another, there is obviously problems with the recent fatality in the industry in terms of insurance cover, the investigation, whether a death certificate's going to be issued. There's a whole series of problems. The point is, without going into a whole lot of detail on the air, the insurance has not come through. Let's be blunt, the metal workers are in no position to raise any real money for the family, and in this case, the CFMEU this coming week will be organising a pull-up from CFMEU members to help Avitz's family, and we would ask people to throw in. There'll be leaflets going out after the organisers' meeting on Monday, and we asked people to throw in, and we'll do our best to assist in every way we can the family to get their full benefit under insurance, get their full benefit under claims for work cover, and so on. So that's all going to be happening this week. The pull-up is going to go on, and it'll be a CFMEU pull-up, and we'll be helping the family. Righto. Scallywag of the Year will be announced next week, as we mentioned earlier. But let's look at Scallywag of the Week.
Couple of late ones?
Well, H&Y have been mentioned a few times during the year, so H&Y, Chris Shears, you're up again. You might get the special award for Asbestos Disasters of the Year.
Might as well make your own stamp for the trophy.
Yes, indeed. And Nigel Hadgkiss, you wanted to put your name on those cases. Well, when they turned to shit, well, mate, your name's on it. Spectrum, yet again. Yet again.
Just change your company name and ABN numbers. That's all you got to do. Just send everyone broke. Don't pay anyone. But apparently that's all right. You're allowed to do that. Apparently,
that's right.
Just chase the union officials. That's all.
And if we're mentioning Spectrum, we should mention the people who gave them the gig. Cochrams.
Oh yeah, I mean,
right.
Code compliant Cochrams.
Yeah. Good on you.
Hey, that's Triple C. Code compliant Cochrams. Well, I'm a rocket scientist, aren't I? Fair dinkum. I'm a genius.
And, of course, who are also geniuses, yes, our good friends, Kane Construction. Absolute geniuses.
They are rocket scientists.
Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna hang out for the new code. All about one issue. Let's be blunt. Jeff, Richard, and all the gang down at Kane's, it was all about not a code not being retrospective. Oh, no, we're not going to cop that. Guess what? The code ain't retrospective. And so now you're in the middle of a shit fight.
Well, who we got?
Well, we've got H&Y, Nigel Hadgkiss, Spectrum, Kane's, and Cochrams. Jeez. There's probably quite a few we've missed, but we're getting a bit slow at the end of the year.
Well, what are we going for?
Oh, H&Y, come on.
Of course.
Hey, H&Y, Chris Shears, another one that hung out, don't want to do no EBA. Oh, we're going to be affected on government work. Well, it's not retrospective, Chris, and guess what? Bit late now.
It won't help sending workers away. Asbestos all over your job. Anyway, so
righto, they're H&Y. They are the winners this week.
Tune in for next week. Oh, sorry.
No, we've got to do the Suki Lala.
Well, that's already announced, isn't it?
The Michael Clemenger Suki Lala Award is won by Michael Clemenger.
Start getting your speech
he's
ready,
ringing.
mate.
He's ringing in now to have a sook.
Yeah, is he? Oh, well, there you are. All right, so now I think we're going out the same old way.
Yes, indeed.
Dare
to struggle, dare to win. If you don't fight, you lose. Good morning from the Concrete Gang.
And we're going out with one of my favourites, Jimi Hendrix. And the track was... What was the track?
Track 8.
Track 8. Shut the Gate. What was it? I forgot.
You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.